What is up, guys? Blue Sun JRPGs here, back with another video. This time just giving my first impressions on what seems to be the most popular game, or the only game that anyone in the JRPG world can even talk about right now. And that is, of course, No Kuni II. First quick note, guys, I did pick up the premium version. That's the $70 version. I guess there also is like a $200 version with all kinds of crazy things. But for me, $200 is way too much for one game. Now, I would say the $70 version, it is cool. You know, it comes with a steel case, it comes with a bigger box. But if you're just a casual gamer, if you're not a collector, if you're not a big, massive Ni no Kuni series fan, definitely go with the $60 version, because I didn't see any extra added value there. And if you guys are just stumbling across this video and you're not used to my channel, I'm a pretty big Ni no Kuni fan. Especially for the first game. I mean, obviously it's the only game in the series, but I came into this game with some pretty high expectations. I was one of the, I guess, the core audience for this game. So I had a lot of expectations coming into the game, and I think that definitely shapes the way I was going to view this game. But first thing off the bat, just the aesthetics of this game. You know, I will say this game looks pretty damn gorgeous. It's even better looking than the first game. And that's something that I think is pretty hard for me to say, because I loved the way the first game looked. It was something that was so unique, and I think this game it looks different, but it's still able to capture that same unique feel. And that's what we love about the Ni no Kuni series. That's really where they excel. That's where they stand out from the other JRPGs. It's important to note, guys, I've only played about 5 hours of this game, and while 5 hours may seem like a lot to some gamers, for people who are familiar with JRPGs, they'll know that 5 hours is absolutely nothing. So this isn't a review. I couldn't possibly do a review in 5 hours, just because JRPGs can be made or broken or made within the last 5 hours of the game, based off some stupid story plot or some awesome story plot that we didn't see coming. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So as far as the story goes early on, obviously story is the most important thing in JRPGs. We can discuss combat, we can discuss whatever you want, graphics, animation quality, anything. But the most important thing for an RPG, especially a JRPG, will always be the story. Right off the bat, the big emotional thing that we're supposed to have within the first hour of the game, for me, it didn't have any emotion. Maybe for the other people out there it did, but for me, I just didn't have enough time to feel invested into the characters. I feel like maybe if it happened right now, I'd probably have some more emotion to it, but at that point, you know, I just didn't, unfortunately. And maybe on a second playthrough I will. Who knows? The other aspect of the game, story-wise, I will say that the characters have been very likable so far. That's something that's pretty damn important. You know, an RPG can really lose you in the first 5 hours of a game. If you don't feel invested in it, it can get pretty boring. But right off the bat, the characters have been pretty cool. Evan, Roland, I've really been invested in them, and it's really kept me wanting to play for an extra 20-30 minutes. And that's how you get through RPGs in the beginning. You're playing and you just keep going on. You keep saying, "Oh, I want to play for another 30 minutes. I want to find out what happens next." And this game's been pretty damn good at that. And that's been one of my big criticisms of some JRPGs recently. I haven't been able to get into them past the first 5 hours because I haven't been interested in them. But this game definitely gets you interested right off the bat. You know, Evan took some time to get used to. At first, he kind of came off as like a whiny little bitch to me, and I was kind of put off by him. But after playing for even a couple hours, you know, I felt a lot more happy with where I saw his potential going. I felt like he grew up a lot, even though it was only a couple hours. I feel like he grew up a lot in that short time span. I don't want to give away too much of the story, because, you know, a lot of people haven't even picked the game up yet. But I felt like he became a lot more enjoyable. So if you find yourself in the first couple hours really hating him, just give it some time. I think you'll really grow to like him as a character. Roland right off the bat was pretty damn awesome. Nella, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Nella. You guys can make your own opinions on her. But the combat of the game has seemed to be the big point where everyone is talking about. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff where people are saying the game's too easy, or blah blah blah. And for me, you know, I don't think it's too easy. While it is an easy combat, it's definitely not challenging. You know, I've died once in the entire game, It's to the point when I'm trying to sneak past the mouse guards. I got caught, and then they attacked me, and I was way underpowered for that particular point of the game, and I just got killed. But other than that, I mean, the game has been pretty easy, but I don't think that's a massive flaw. You know, these type of games, I'm not looking for extremely hard combat. The type of RPGs where I want the hard combat is going to be a game like, I don't know, Disgaea 5, or a game like Final Fantasy Tactics, or even a game like Skyrim, where I do expect a little bit more of a challenge. But in a game like this, I am all about the story, and I could care less if I don't die once throughout the entire game. As long as the story is pretty interesting to me, and it inspires me to keep going, I'm going to enjoy the game. But that's really about it, guys. You know, I don't have too much to say on the game. I'm only 5 hours in, like I said. But I did want to get something out there. And massive, massive thanks, guys, for everyone who's been supporting the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, do all that good stuff. I'm actually doing a video series I'm probably more proud about than any series I've ever done so far. And that's the history of RPG, guys. It takes so much work to do that. So if you take 5-10 minutes of your day, go watch one of those videos. I really appreciate it. Peace out.